Welcome back. And now let's turn our focus to issues of corruption, especially concerning the elections. It's exactly a month to the general elections, and politicians are still traveling across the nation trying to convince us to vote for them. But the major concern of Nigerians right now is the matter of how to make their votes count. Is it worth my while going out there, sitting out in the sun, getting accreditation, and then coming back later to actually cast my vote and waiting for the votes to be counted? These are issues that Nigerians are bothered about. Every candidate, or at least at the top, is telling us how they are going to fight corruption.
No, they've told us they will fight corruption.
Yes.
They've not
Oh,
really
they
told
haven't
us
told us how. I'm sorry. Yes. They have told us that they are going to fight corruption, and that fight is actually one of the major issues they're going to deal with. So what are your thoughts about this renewed vigor to fight corruption? You can be part of our program by sending us emails, by calling us in the studio. But in the studio, we have Mr. Innocent Chukuma, who is a representative of Ford Foundation in West Africa.
Good morning,
Good morning, Innocent,
morning.
and thank you very much for coming. And we have...
Tunde Aremu, who will be joining us via phone from Abuja. He's of the Action Aid, Policy Advocacy and Campaign Manager for Action Aid Nigeria.
Is Mr. Aremu there? Is Mr. Aremu there?
He's not yet there.
Oh, okay. So we will start with what we have, a bird in hand.
Okay, I understand he's here now.
Okay, Mr. Aremu, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Aremu, how's your day today?
Well, it has been fine.
Okay, well, let's start with you. What's your take on the fight against, corruption fight? I'm trying to phrase this effectively. Okay, what's your take on the position of government and basically the society generally in the fight against corruption?
Well, maybe I'll go back to your earlier question on the fight against corruption in government. Essentially, there has been some challenge with government fight against corruption in Nigeria. And recently, my organization actually conducted some research into the relationship between poverty and corruption in Nigeria. And some of the findings that we found are actually very shocking in terms of how government has responded to issue of corruption in Nigeria. The first thing that came out of that finding is that there's very little political will on the part of government to actually battle corruption. Because some of the things, the indicators that came out that actually confirmed this perception is the issue of protection of political office holders. And there has been resistance in spite of call by several people that we start looking at the issue of immunity clause in our constitution. That's a major problem. We also found out that government at different levels in the country, either at local government level, state level, or federal government, have continued to politicize the issue of corruption in Nigeria, which is actually a big problem. And until we move out of the situation where government itself is politicizing corruption, we are still going to have a situation where the state of impunity in terms of corruption, because unfortunately people are beginning to mix up the meaning of impunity and corruption. Impunity itself is an attitude that nobody can hold me responsible. I can't be held accountable for what I do. And that's the situation we have because people know that they can get away with whatever infraction they commit. By putting their hands in the state, nobody's going to ask questions. And when they ask questions, it's usual because of the area I'm coming from, the region I'm coming from. Other people have drawn into the past and have not why do the two questions now. I mean, these are some of the challenges we have. And in terms of The other problem we also have is interference with the action of anti-corruption agencies. Because what we also have now is that they have practically become dangerous. They are unable to actually perform at all. And the situation where we have now is that the confidence of the people in those anti-corruption agencies have been eroded because they have not successfully protected many people, which is one of the things we have in the country. Apart from weakening people's confidence, we also find that people are unwilling now, from some of our findings, to even offer information or collaborate or give any relevance of information to those anti-corruption agencies. And as I said, these are also coming out from the issue, from the perception of people that the government itself is not serious about fighting corruption. Okay. That government is unwilling to actually take necessary steps of corruption.
Mr. Aremu?
Yes?
Yes. We need to move along quite quickly because we don't have the entire day for this program. Now, your report also said that because of this corruption, which the Action Aid is talking about, it's going to be difficult for us to have free and fair elections. Now, that has all kinds of implications in light of the effort that INEC is putting in to ensure that we do have free and fair elections. And last week, INEC came out and demonstrated to us how to use the card reader, which seems to have engendered a lot of confidence in a lot of people.
Well, in terms of confidence of the people in the electoral system, because of past experiences with the electoral system, I mean, for most of us who are old enough to remember the Second Republic conduct of the election by SEDECO, and some of the other challenges is since the return to democracy in 1999. People's confidence in the electoral system has been eroded over time, and the conduct of the political actors has also not helped matters. But in this instance, yes, our reports are showing that people's attitude towards corruption are also being conditioned now by their perception of the fact that nothing can be done, that government is unwilling to tackle corruption, and the anti-corruption agencies and law enforcement agencies are actually incapacitated in the fight against corruption. So the attitude of the people is that it's a totalist approach, that nothing can be done. But in the instance of this election, 2016 election, in the past 2-3 weeks, I think what we are beginning to see is an orbit of confidence in the electoral system, really. I'm speaking outside this report now, because the report obviously came out. We have considered the report and our research before the news on the electoral system, before some of the information that has been to come out now. I mean, given what Professor Zeka has indicated, some of the interaction with people outside there is that people are beginning to have the level of cynicism is beginning to reduce. Some people are beginning to feel that, okay, maybe my vote is can't, because they know that it's going to be hard for anybody to buy voter's card and use it. Mm-hmm. And it's also, the level of sampling with the results is also going to be largely reduced because of what has happened. So, why our report speaks generally to the issue of corruption, the system, speaks generally to the issue of perception of people about corruption, and speaks to the issue of the policies and legislation, the impediments on the part of anti-corruption agencies, and the need to also move forward. As I said, we did not anticipate this form of events in the electoral system. People were obviously very cynical, if you go back to our report, about the electoral system, given what has happened in the past.
Okay.
But in the past 2 weeks, with the new information coming out, I'm beginning to feel that there are some updates
Okay. Mr. Aremu,
level of confidence.
please stay on the line. We'll come back to you. Let's bring in Mr. Chukwuma. Okay, Mr. Chukwuma, you've heard what Mr. Aremu said. I mean, people's apathy towards the fight against corruption. Now, we've heard all the political parties, all the contenders for the election, basically say one thing: we're going to fight corruption. Now, there are those who believe that Nigeria's democracy since 1999 has been running on the patronage system. Now, with the cry or promises to fight corruption, how would you weigh the two?